Friends, greetings once again. This is Bill McCabe at the Iron Crane Dojo, and we've got just a few minutes here to mess around with some more ideas. And I'm going to expound on the rear shoulder zone, which we explored a little bit the last time. And this time, in the last video, we had a one-hand grab to the rear of the shoulders. We're going to look at the two-hand grab, and a concept that I think everyone should have pretty good command of because it's so important for self-defense. Sensei Chris comes at me from the rear and grabs at my shoulders. And here's the idea. Whenever somebody grabs you from the rear, they're trying to control you because what they want to do is a quick takedown. They want to drag you down to the ground and finish you off. Almost always that's what it is, or they're going to take you and slam you into a wall. The deal is, though, their energy is on a track that sort of runs like this. So if I try to pull away, he's got me. If I try to go toward him, he's got me, right? If I try to turn like this, he's got me. And if I try to turn like this, he's got me. So for most people who experience this, they sort of feel like they're being victimized and they don't have any options. And what you need to get is this. It's a shoulder tilt. And what I do is I drop, it could be either shoulder, but in this case, I'm going to drop my right shoulder to the ground and take my left shoulder to the ceiling. And that gives me room to maneuver to get in on the attacker. And that's the whole key here. You really need to have this move in your arsenal of reactions. So he holds tight, you see. And even though he's holding tight, he has no strength in that zone. No strength. If I went out of this, I'm out of it right now. Okay, now watch my right hand. See it? Okay, that's an uppercut into the liver. You know, for most people, that'll disincline them for further attack, especially after I just made contact with sensitive points on the surface of their eyes. So he grabs, and again I roll. And I'm inside, okay, and his nose, hit, hit. I can go straight up there, and I can cross over and get outside the attacker and take a hit from this side. I also have the knee, and I can evacuate the attack. Again, I'm going to let you see that one more time because I want you to get the outside move, which is a tiger move. I go down, in, hit, go high, hit, go outside, this needle at C-bottom. I use that to break his balance and to control it. Now I can break his balance and take it to the ground there, but in this case, I want the target to the rear of his body. I take it, execute, and evacuate. Okay, now the beauty of this is if he is trying to dominate and control me, and he pulls me back to take me off balance, this takes me right into my move. So I go with it as he does it, and I do the shoulder tilt. If he wants to walk me into the wall, I do the shoulder tilt, get outside him. Okay? And if you experiment with it, you'll see the value of the technique. Now, different kinds of things that you can do with it. He's here, he grabs. I do the shoulder tilt, step around, gain control of his hand, and he's in a wrist lock. Anytime you have a wrist lock, a bent wrist lock, you can extend it, get additional leverage with the opposing arm, and you've got nice control of the attacker. And I can slam him down to the ground, I can swing him into another attacker, and I can drop him into another. Stay there. Finish him off. Okay, coming back here, anytime his arms are high, I can hit. Okay, and you have targets there. Anytime his arms are high, I can strike camel and go high onto the head. See the camel? Two techniques. Anytime he's high like that, I can go outside, take him down, just like we did in the previous technique. I can lock onto the legs. Now here I'm using my right knee as a fulcrum as I lock onto the legs. That literally lifts him up. I don't want to throw him to the ground, but there's pressure points behind the legs, which will lift the legs. And you literally toss him up and over onto his head. We're not going to do this today, but he can grab high, like reach behind his leg, sit down, and do a leg bar. Okay, now I didn't want to do that because it's such a vicious technique. And you can see just the small degree that I exercised power on it still made Sensei Chris go to the ground. I'll let Sensei Chris show the throw on this one. There's a couple throws you can do, but the one throw is the arm break, wrist break throw over the top.
Oh.
So he rolls. You see he's positioning my hand here. Ow.
Sorry.
You can see the leverage there, and that's almost breaking as it's in that position. So he goes over the top and uses that to get me over the top of his body to throw me. That's a very severe throw, as you can imagine. The wrist locks, snaps as the throw is being executed. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You can, person grabs, and you can bring the arm forward. Bring the arm forward and do the throw like this. You can also drop to the ground behind the guy and take him over in a modified hip throw. Anything else you can think of that you want to share with those guys?
That about covers it.
Okay, that's good enough for me. We're almost out of filming time today anyhow. Thanks for visiting with us once again, and whatever that was. Hope we see you all down the line, and try to do your best to make the world a better place. And we'll do that on our end too. Until we meet, take care.